Sometimes we forget how blessed we really are. We often get so caught up in what's missing that we overlook everything God has already done.
Dear Girlie, this weekend was different. You didn't show up polished. You didn't show up perfect. You showed up real. While creating everything you've been building, you made a choice. You wore your chubby clothing, your 2X pants, and your 3X shirt. Not because you had to, but to remind yourself where you came from. To remind yourself that the hate that used to live inside your mind, along with your body, it was never truly yours. It was taught. Society taught it. People taught it. The world taught it. And yet, there you were, wearing a brand new bra you were proud of, standing in the mirror in that nasty outfit, and still showing up like the queen you were becoming. Because this was bigger than clothes, it was bigger than seeing the truth. Seeing how much society judges people simply because they don't look like everyone else while they're losing weight. Most people haven't seen you at 299 pounds. None of them saw the work. They only see the change. And sometimes people don't love you for changing because your growth reminds them where they chose to stay. But here's the pride that comes in. You stood in the mirror this weekend and you reminded yourself exactly where you came from. 299 pounds down to 214. You are creating the woman everyone said you couldn't become. The same people who believed you weren't good enough, but kept smiling through the process. Because you knew the work that it would take. You knew what it meant to sit with your body. You remember every name that they threw at you, every moment of disrespect, and still chose discipline, still chose growth, still chose to change the pattern. Patterns most people would have given up on already. And every time the old pattern tries to come back, you recognize it, you sit with it, you remind yourself exactly what it is: old programming, old survival, old stories. Instead of running from it, you sit with it, you learn from it, you grew out of it. Because here's the truth that most people don't want to hear: anything someone says about you is a reflection of them. And we see, and when we see those reflections now, we recognize them as patterns we once lived in. And we don't always have to walk away from those people. Sometimes we just let them learn. We let them learn how to treat us, how to love us, how to show tenderness, because sometimes we love the hate right out of them. Let that one sink in. So you are no longer who the people in your past said you were. You are not defined by them, you are now defined by self. But this is the part that hits the hardest because healing requires something most people avoid: accountability. Real accountability means cleaning out your life, your thoughts, your action, your environment. People you surround yourself with, people you listen to, people you allow to influence you, even the people you try to help. Because here's the truth a lot of people aren't ready to hear: you can't help someone who is committed staying stuck. And most people who talk about accountability only want to point the finger. They never turn the finger back towards themselves. But you did. You cleaned out your life. And that's why you're standing where you are today. Still healing, still building, still creating. And showing that the messy middle girlie is everywhere. What's possible. So keep going. Keep rocking it. Love your future self. changing your life doesn't start with blaming other people. It starts with going, where did I have a part in this? And how can I change the perspective of me so that I can show up even better? When we hang around people who choose to stay stuck, we'll find ourselves getting stuck too. Because healing isn't a democracy. There is no negative and positive when it comes to healing. You are either doing the work or you're not doing the work. See, sugarcoating the work is I journal every day, right? I mean, I've got a whole other notebook that's filled with me journaling. But speaking it into existence, standing in the mirror, looking at who I've become, and standing in the mirror in the old version of the clothes that used to be skin tight, that used to not fit right, that I was like, oh, I'm always gonna be this chubby person. Those are the steps of healing. But if I never cleaned out my life from the bullshit, if I never cleaned out my life from talking the same way I talk to myself and repeating the same old stories, I'd be in the same place. Body dysmorphia isn't something that is physical, it's something that's mental, and it's a mental image of yourself when you were low. That when you look in that mirror, that's what you see. So you have to unbelieve the old story in your mind before you can physically see it in the mirror, in your friendships, in your business ships, in your everyday life, because even strangers are going to look at you different when you hold yourself with pride instead of hate. So if you guys are wanting to learn how to journal like this, set boundaries like this, of course, my 6 core boundary workbook that we have, make sure to shoot me a DM with QFB. We are going deep into emails daily so that you guys can start to maneuver the book towards your greatness, because I know the imagery can play tricks on us when we're doing journal prompts. Love you, beautiful souls, and I'll see you around.